Let's go.
Dr. Rosie Milligan, one of the most sought-after speakers on the circuit today. Her live internet talk show, Express Yourself, is the most provocative, thought-provoking, and talked-about radio show on the internet. There's no holds barred, and Dr. Milligan puts the B in bold. She brings it every Tuesday live at 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dr. Rosie has been proclaimed the most provocative female writer of the century. Her books include Satisfying the Black Man and Black Woman Sexually Made Simple, Why Black Men Choose White Women, and the book Nigga Please. These books have raised eyebrows across the country. She has authored 21 books and published 350 titles for authors nationwide. Check Dr. Rosie out at drrosie.com for her books, articles, and archives of her internet talk show. Sit at the feet of wisdom. Dr. Milligan is indeed a timekeeper and scorekeeper. She is the clock, calendar, and almanac for Black America. You need to hear her.
Nothing but straight talk. And my co-hosts are the wonderful Mr. Keith Swanson. I think he's on. And he's the AI man. Keith, are you on with us?
Yeah.
All right. Is Keith here? AI, where are you? Where are you?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
This
Can
Keith?
hear me? Yeah.
Doesn't sound like Keith to me. Doesn't sound like Keith to you.
No.
Oh, this is me. This is Keith Hardeen.
Another
this is Keith Hardeen. The one and
Okay.
only Keith Hardeen.
Okay.
Hi,
Well,
Keith Hardeen.
you just hold tight. We're trying to get Keith Swanson, the AI man, and my other co-host is Shawannah Bordenave. She's the real estate guru, real estate extraordinary. She sells houses, buy houses. She does anything you need done to a house. So
Yes.
we're going to ask our listeners if they would mute for right now so the noise won't come in. I'll get the number out in a few minutes. Just give us a few seconds and we will come to you. So, Shawannah, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. The day looks so beautiful out there. It's blue skies and loving it. So, yes.
Yeah, the rain kind of cleared some stuff away, right?
Oh, my gosh. It's beautiful.
Wow. Great. Well, you guys today, Shawannah, go ahead and throw your number out right now, and then I'll get into the show.
Okay, no problem. Anybody that's looking to sell a piece of property, please call me. I can definitely help you and assist you in whatever your needs are. My phone number is 818-201-6565. I am a direct buyer, so give me a call. Once again, that number is 818-201-6565.
Okay,
Look
thank
forward
you.
to hearing from you guys.
All right. She's the one for you guys to call. You hear me up in here, right? Hear me talking to you? Yes.
Yes.
Today, you guys, we have a very interesting show, and it's one that people is really just, oh my God, when they heard the topic, oh no, Dr. Milligan, don't even bring that up. Don't even talk about this subject. If you talk like this, Trump is surely getting in. You black folks have just lost your freaking mind about presidential election and about being radical. We have to make some changes. All I said is the presidential election for 2024, we need to decide to vote or not to vote. It's a critical decision for Black America. I don't know what it is that we don't understand about there's nothing in the pot for Black America. I mean, exclusively. Other groups have agendas, things that they want to happen for their group, and they get it. We go to the poll year after year with no agenda, coming out happy, talking about, well, we got him in. It wasn't for us. He wouldn't have got in. But what did he do for us when he got in? I don't understand what it is that our people do not understand. Why is everybody afraid to put something on the table for Black folks? You put it on the table for the Indian. You put it on the table for everybody. And there's no problem. What are we human too? Why are you afraid of blackness? Why are you afraid to do something specifically for us? I heard people say to me, well, when Obama was in, he did a lot for us. I said, what did he do? Well, if it had not been for him, the automobile industry would have shut down. How did that impact you? It didn't change your interest rates if you lived in the same zip code. Well, he fixed it where people would not, it wasn't as easy for people to lose for everybody. Do we understand what exclusive and inclusive is? Something is wrong with my people. Well, we have to vote because, our forefathers, they gave their life to vote. They did not give their life to vote. Their lives were taken because they fought to vote. They didn't just walk out and say, I'm going to give my life so I can vote. But back in the day, I recall, we voted for something. We got something. When black folks said, we don't want to have to sit in the back of the bus. We want to be able to live where we want to live. We want to be able. Shawannah, tell me in the last 20 years, what do you know that happened from a political standpoint for black folks only? Can you recall?
No, actually, I was sitting up here thinking as you were speaking, I'm like, have there ever been anything?
Never. The freedmen.
Yeah.
Nothing happened with that because we couldn't get our political leaders to jump on and say, this needs to happen. Then you had a lot of white folks who passed, as Indian, paid to be on the Dar Roads and got money. Other folks got money. Here we got to have 50 damn organizations studying why we should get reparations, what we should get. I bet other groups didn't have. Every city got an organization. Just like they do with the church. I'm Baptist, I'm Catholic, I'm Muslim, I'm this. You guys, we don't have a long time to get this thing together. I'm telling you now. I was telling them on the show Sunday out of Ohio that 45% of black folks in this country are homeowners. Did you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that means 55% of black folks are buying property for other people. And you say, what are you talking about? If you're renting, you're buying somebody else's property and you don't even get a tax break for it. Wow. 45% in this day and age. More black folks owned home before 1968. Now you look at the job market. Look what happened with COVID. How many black businesses were not able to survive? And when they got money from the disaster, they got the least amount. They didn't get those big $1 million that other folks got. They didn't get enough of just like SBA loan, who never give you enough to run your business, just enough to get you started. What are we waiting for to say? It's our time. It's our turn to get something from the pot. And when are we going to demand it? Look, let me say this. Let's be clear. If Black America, any political person that does not have reparation on their agenda, they are not for you. If you're for me, then you have to look at the condition. I just said we have the least amount of home refugees that come to America. Their home ownership is higher than black folks, and they just got here. When you look at the unemployment rate, and it's never accurate because there's far more people unemployed. Look at the people they don't even know about or haven't asked any question, or who have never even applied for unemployment because they don't have anything yet. Anytime entrepreneurs. The business went out. They have put in employment money. Folks, those stats that you get about the prediction and condition of black folks in are not accurate, even when it comes to the unemployment rate, even when it comes to the homelessness. No, not for black folks, no. Because of the job. We had not recovered from 2008.
Yeah.
Ooh, black folks had not recovered from that. They lost a lot of homes during that time, had not recovered from 2008. Then COVID hit. Do you realize how far that set black folks back? Has anybody addressed the fact that something needs to be done to help black folks? No. You got the stats. You saw how many homes black folks lost a third of their wealth, 2/3 of their wealth during the 2008 bubble. Was there anything put in place that would let's help them now? Somebody tells me, well, they got a program now. Oh, they got it going on. They're going to give people $200,000 down payment and put it on the back end. They laid in the door to short. I don't need no down payment if I don't have a job. And if I have a job, and I'm not making enough money to qualify for the loan, who you kidding? Who you putting this money in the pot for? Black folks, y'all better wake up. If we don't make a move in this 2024 election, shame on you, shame on your kids, and shame on your unborn kids. I'm going to say it loud and clear. Be clear. Black folk will not come out of the economic ditch without reparation. We're too far behind the 8 ball. Every time most cities, when people try to get up, Rosewood, Black Wall Street, Oklahoma, and we just know about right here in California, Allensworth. We know about those 3 folks. There are hundreds of cities and places where black folks tried to do what Carter G. Woodson, W.B. Du Bois, Frederick Douglass, who tried to do what our elders told us to do. Build your own city. Have self-determination. So we tried. And every time they burned it down, destroyed and built cities and retreats over the borders of black folks, towns, and cities. Well, I guess that's why they want to take the books out of schools and out of the library. Don't want to be reminded of what happened to black folks, so you can continue to say they lazy. They need to pull up by the bootstring. Wow. Folks, I'm here to tell you, don't be afraid to say we're not voting unless reparation is on the table. We need to block vote. We need to hold our votes to see who's going to promise us something. Can you realize the power in saying we are block voting? We are going to wait and see what you're going to do for me. If nothing, you get no votes. I mean, hey. You can call us at 310-928-7733. 310-928-7733. This 24 election could determine economic life or economic death for Black America. What's your choice? Should we vote for something or should we vote for nothing? It's time to think outside the box. Speaking of that, it'd be a good idea if you would pick up my book, Black America Faces Economic Crisis, Solutions Made Simple. We know the problem. We need some solution. Co-host, I've just ran off my mouth. You guys can call 310-928-7733. 310-928-7733. Okay, Keith, Shawannah, what's your take?
Well, you pretty much. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. There are two Keiths here. I'm sorry. Which
Go
Keith
ahead. You're the guest, so you go first.
Well, thank you, sir. I don't know if anybody. I don't know if people are going to agree with me here on this, and they probably won't. But in the black community, I grew up in South Central, grew up in L.A. And I've seen the 70s. I've seen since the 70s. I've seen all the changes that go back and forth. And now I would have to say, in my opinion, and for blacks to deny this is really, to me, immoral. To say that illegal immigration has not affected our communities. I have seen the changes, the demographics. I've seen what has happened to the community. And when we talk about reparations, I've seen what is happening. The government is giving all kinds of benefits to illegal aliens who are not even citizens of the country. No offense to them. I understand why they come. But we had to assimilate. When they brought the slaves here, slaves were forced to assimilate and learn the language. We learned the English language. We mastered it. We have grown into great heights of positions, and elite positions, not just Oprah Winfrey people, but, people, not just the Kanye West or, what I'm talking about. We have taken positions in entertainment. We have changed the face of the nation. We have done all these good things in the nation, some good and some bad. But now we do not benefit the way people who are breaking into the country are benefiting. And so my opinion is that the blacks ought to wake up and start doing for their community what they need to do. And we need to vote for people who will secure America's prosperity for us. And that, to me, is more important than just getting a check, a check from the government. We've got to secure our authority and our position as citizens of the United States. And we need to take that position. We haven't done it, but that is what I'm here to talk about. And so I just wanted to bring that point up. Okay. And also, one more thing, aside from illegal immigration, we have crime that is rampant. And you got to face it. When I look at these social media and I look at these videos, I see dark faces, behind those hoodies that are breaking in and smashing and grabbing. That's the bottom line. Now, sure, there might be some light skins, but I'm talking about our people, our teenagers, our young people. So anyway, we've got to teach that. We've got to go back to that and then recognize that first before God will be able to help us.
Okay. All right. Well, I would disagree with you that the blank check is the biggest point, okay? Because blank check, what comes with the blank check, and me and Dr. Rosie have talked about this, comes power, okay? Securing the border is not going to give you power. The blank check will give you power, and not just here, but also internationally. And that's why Dr. Rosie talks about it, because in this world, guess what? Money is power, especially in the United States, in the capitalist country. Money is power, okay? Secondly, about the immigration. Immigration is not what you think it is, okay? Then these people are invited, okay? If the United States can secure a border 10,000 miles away with satellites and drones and stuff like that, they can secure it here, okay? Thirdly, Obama deported more people in the United States, more illegal immigrants in the United States since Eisenhower, okay? Why? It's because they're here to get jobs. They know where these people are. Okay, all these people that work and get money in this system have to have a Social Security system, Social Security number, whether it's illegal or illegal. Okay, Social Security knows where all these people are. Okay, they're basically here because they want them here. Two reasons: one for labor and one for demographics. Because guess what? And Dr. Rosie probably knows this already because she's probably heard this for 40 years. It's called demographics. Okay, white people are not reproducing at the rate they should be. In fact, I was just listening to this one guy, going globalist, right? He was talking about demographics and why you import people and why Europe imports people. Why are there 50,000 at any time 50,000 immigrant children at the border? Because they need people and not people who look like us. Okay. Those two things, and basically, if you go back and look what Biden said when he got elected, he talked about Latinos. Okay, that's what he meant. Okay, and which is why is he down there cutting the fence, that Texas put up. It's because they want them here. The thing is, at some point, if we talk about immigration, have to do just like everybody else does. There has to be a solid, a solid reason for immigration. You want them here. You don't need to
Yeah.
import them here. You can. I'm sorry, Dr. Rosen.
It's okay. And you bring people here and you set them up. The people that's coming here, I haven't heard of any of them being up on a tent or up on the freeway, when yet I see our soldiers who fought for this country up on the freeway don't have housing. We need to
Exactly.
be very clear. Sure, people coming here for a better life. Like people left
That's
Mississippi
right.
and Alabama. They
Hmm.
came to California, other place. They wanted a better life. But nobody gave us anything. Okay? We came here and found jobs in factories or whatever we had to do, and bought property. And like the other caller said, nobody tried to make sure that, I mean, you come here.
Is that Dr. Rosen?
Dr. Rosie disappeared.
Okay. What I'm saying. Okay. What I'm saying is this: is that at
No,
some
we
point,
can't.
you went out. You went out about. Go back like a minute, Dr. Rosen, because your voice went out.
Okay. Now, we just have to think about, we were stripped of our language, stripped of our religion. Nobody had a class to teach us English, okay? Nobody taught. We had to look in the ignorant mouth on the plantation. Couldn't even speak English themselves. And we listened to them
Preach it,
trying to
Rosie.
learn. You know,
Preach
so
it.
I'm gonna get off of that because I'm about to get mad, about to get happy up in
Yeah.
here. Come on, somebody
Hey, Dr.
better
Rosen.
say amen.
There's some passion going here.
Hey, Dr. Rose, you know what the biggest crime is, and this is something that Dr. Johnson brought out to me. What the biggest crime is? Okay.
But
In 1964, right? Civil Rights Bill, right? When that's going to give us some kind of relief, right? Okay. They put white women, when they put sex in, they put white women in ahead of the line over us. Okay. And nobody talks about it. 82% of the money that goes for affirmative action, jobs, education, money, loans, all that kind of stuff. Guess where it goes? It goes back to white people.
even
Just,
Keith, in construction, white women started going in there when they were talking about minority. Everybody's a minority in this country
mm-hmm,
except the white man. The white woman is a minority. She
is a
go gets a
minority.
contract, go home and sit down, and her people work the job. But let me take a
Yep.
few calls, and then
Go
we
ahead.
gonna get back, because I'm telling you, we all got a whole lot to say. But
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sick of this email talking about, don't be telling people not to vote. You too influential to people going to follow you. I hope in the hell they do follow me. That's what I want them to do. You've been following everybody else who've led you to slaughter.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I need to be your leader. I don't want to be a political leader. I can do better with what I'm doing now. Yes, I say you should not vote for 2024 presidential election unless they have reparation on the table. If you ain't for me, why am I for you? Come on, caller, go ahead. Open the phone, caller. All
Which
right,
one?
caller.
This is Keith.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I'm
You
talking.
can go. Yeah. You're a caller. Go ahead.
Okay, well, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
This is Sylvia, and I just want to say I got so much to say. I don't even know what to start with first.
Start with
But
one.
I was late. I was late. Yeah, I was late coming in. I just got in, so I wasn't really sure what the topic was on for us. And I didn't want to come in here with something that y'all weren't even talking about. But I guess everything applies. I'm just really, oh my gosh, I got so much to say that I can't.
Well, Sylvia,
we're
we're talking about the critical issue for the presidential 2024 election. Black folks need to decide to vote or not to vote. You don't vote just to be voting. If reparations is not on the table, I don't care who it is, they're not for me, I'm not going to be for you. And people call, oh, you can't do that. We got to vote. No, we don't have to vote. If nothing's on the table, we need to block vote. This is one, if we don't do it now, we're hanging our children and our grandchildren. If we don't do it now, I mean, we're just buried alive.
Yeah, and if we don't do what we need to do first for ourselves. The hell with them. We're like a football game with them. The Republicans want to control black folks, and Democrats wants to own them, or vice versa. And what we need to do is, like you say, we need to get together and do what we need to do for ourselves, and not even look back at those people, because they're not really people. They're mankind. That's why their label is mankind. They're not really man. They're not people. They're mankind, and that's what that's their word for themselves even. And in fact, they really don't know where they came from. We brought them people into existence in the first place.
Sylvia, let me ask you this question. Do you think black Americans should be at the poll if reparation is not on the table? Do you realize if we block voters across this country, if we say we need to take a knee if reparation is not in the forefront, if we decide we're going to block vote,
if it's not on there, I see no need for us to bother with it.
Exactly.
We should take that energy that we would do to vote for them, to put ourselves together, come together and finance our own selves. And if we don't do that, then we just need to be stepped on.
Well,
we just need to be stepped on. If we don't do for ourselves.
But Sylvia, they don't push you. Well, the people who want to do for self, this country made it where you can't. I was at Clark University at a reparations summit. Listen to this. When I saw those young kids, young black kids there, studying in the library, humping, and I cried there. You know why? Because they are looking for hope and not knowing that when they finish graduating with the big school loan over their heads, 75% of them will not even get a job in the field that they have studied. Do you hear what I'm saying?
That's our fault. That's our fault. If they've studied it, we need to be able to place them where they need to be, where they want to be. That's our fault. I can't blame that white boy. I can't blame him. I can't blame him. We don't own nothing. We don't own no industry. We don't manufacture nothing. We don't distribute nothing. I blame us for that. I blame that on us. We are supposed to be able to take care of ourselves.
Sylvia, they take our tax dollars and they lend those dollars. They give them to people here. They give them to people who are coming here from other places, and they have redlined us to death. We pay more for insurance. We pay more for everything. When COVID came,
and we take it every year, twice a year, and we take it and give it right back to them what we still don't have. We take it to them Jews at Christmas time. We take it to them Jews at Easter time. We take it to them Jews and give it all back to them for junk.
So we got 12 holidays. 12. How many holidays we got where we give other people money? Sylvia, hold your thought. Let me go to another caller. Hold on. We'll come back to you.
All right.
Okay. Caller, go ahead. Caller, open your mic. Go ahead.
Next caller, we got jump in, because if not, Dr. Rosie get back on that soapbox and she won't get off.
Y'all don't want me on that. I'm telling
you. So please speak up.
I have a question. For Keith. I have a question for Dr. Rosie and for all of you, really.
Okay.
I want to know. I'm being honest about it. In the past 4 years, since 2020, we know we had COVID, all that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And since 2020, the election, here we are, 2024. What policies have Joe Biden and the Democrats executed that have caused us to move closer towards what you are advocating right now?
Not a damn one, okay?
Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering, why do we keep voting? We don't learn from history. We do not learn because we're ignorant of history.
We fall for the same propaganda that everybody else falls for. Because What he
Yep.
did didn't just hurt us; it hurt everybody else too. But the thing is, we keep falling for propaganda.
That's right.
We need to work on local election, and the same thing for them. If they're not fighting for us, we don't need them. You know, but we need to be concerned about what's happening in our schools, what's happening in our neighborhood. But we
Yeah,
focus on the White House. Forget about the White
right.
House and come
That's
back
true.
and look at your
Right.
black house. That's what you
Yes.
need to be looking at. What's going on in your
I
black house,
agree.
not
Yeah.
the
I agree.
White House. This doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense at all.
Yeah.
I can't.
Education.
And
Education is a
and
local
here's
problem. It's not. It's not.
Right.
It's not a
You got
federal
right.
problem.
schools where kids are not
Hmm.
taking anything. They don't know how to cook. They don't know how to sew. They
Yeah.
can't balance a checkbook.
Right.
They can't change the oil. They can't
Yeah.
don't know how to even check the oil. I mean, come on. What?
They've never
But
lifted a hammer, hammered a
yeah.
nail,
Yeah.
screwed
And
given
here's
a
and here's
screwdriver.
here's another elephant in the room.
Hmm.
Pardon my pun. Here's another thing I want to say, Doctor, is that if you think about it, I mean, you can tell me if I'm wrong, I'll accept it, but I don't know. In California, at least in California, especially in Los Angeles, because I grew up here, I don't see a lot of black faces. In other words, we do not have the majority vote. We do not,
Okay.
even if we did go to the vote. So, I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
I don't have to say more. You know what I'm talking
But
What,
that's why.
okay. Go
That's
ahead,
why I
Dr. Rose.
say we need to block vote. If we say we are holding our votes to see who's going to offer us something, it would scare the hell out of them. Even if they're lying, they would at least have to put something on the table. Do you realize how powerful that is to say, no, we are going to block vote this year?
Mhm.
Our votes is going to go in one direction. That will show unification because we're so spread
And
out. That's
and then and
go
then the
ahead.
idiot would be in there. The idiot would be in there.
They
It
all
doesn't matter.
idiots,
They're all
Lord,
idiots,
I'm
baby.
concerned. They all idiots playing
Yeah.
musical
They're all
chairs.
Right, but
they're all the same
but
thing.
one idiot is worse than the other idiot.
I beg the difference. I beg to differ.
Any idiot that's not going to, yeah,
I don't want Dr. Rosie's thing to get blocked. I can tell you why this one is probably worse than the other one, but we don't want Dr. Rosie's show to get knocked off the air by saying it.
look,
Okay?
it's like having cancer. Listen to this, Sylvia. You may say, well, I got cancer from smoking. The other person say, well, I got cancer because of my diet. What difference
Yeah.
does it make? You got cancer.
Stop trusting
Yeah,
these
yeah.
people because once they get in
Cancer
office,
is cancer. It doesn't matter the origin where it came from.
once the thing is, this is something that I heard from many, even Dr. Rosie, right? Um, we elect these people, and then we think they're actually going to run off and do their jobs instead of following behind them. We wouldn't do that if we hired an employee. Okay,
That's right.
okay, we have to stay on top of these people and see what policies they pass. Okay,
We need
we
to
have,
follow them like
we,
the Orientals follow the black folks
yes,
in their stores, okay?
yes, yeah, that's
Every
what we have
corner
to
you
do.
turn, they looking at you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
I agree, but then we still don't never talk about what we are supposed to do for ourselves.
But Sylvia, you
To
can't do
leave
nothing
so that
for
we have
yourself
to prove.
if you're not put in a position to be economic solvent. It's only so much you can do. Look at these small businesses out here.
It, if we the people, the folks that we are, if we would take and put a certain amount of money, maybe even $5, $10, whatever, $100.
hmm
If we could do that, put that in our black, I guess it's a black bank still. I went in there and I didn't see no black face in there in one United Bank. I went in there to open up an account for my 501c3 and I didn't see nobody in there look like me.
And
But
you can't get a
it,
grant. You can't get a grant or support from not one. Like I do Black Rights on Tour Conference, dealing with literacy and
hmm
technology, helping children learn how to read and having them in writing contest. I have never ever were able to acquire a sponsorship from a black bank right here in LA. Okay?
yeah.
So
I
all these
can
people,
agree.
we
I
have to
can.
hold them
Mhm.
accountable.
The thing is,
Exactly.
the thing is, what you're saying is, and this is something that we hear every show and every year, and Dr. Rosie has held because she's been doing this probably longer than I've been alive. Okay, and she's
Right.
heard this since she started about what we need to do as far as to saving in $10, which will help. I'm not saying that it won't. The thing is, uh, the taxes that you pay into this pot. Okay, if the $5 and $10 will help, if somebody comes across the border and they're getting $9,000 on their rent, or they're getting preferential loans on their businesses, right? Okay, $5 and $10 are not going to help you compete with that. Okay,
Right.
it's not. You have to do both. We have to do both at the same time, and we have to start with the most egregious problem, which is how the money is distributed. The money is distributed, the redlining, because the reason that you're poor as far as wealth is because they determine how much your house is going to be. You can have the
Charge you
same
more interest. You buy
charge
a
more,
house, you pay 8% interest. Somebody else paying 4. You buy a car, you paying 26% interest. You
and
working side by side with someone, they making more money than you.
why is your house can be a few blocks away and a white person have the same house and their house is worth double. That's wealth.
Yeah, they
I,
lowball yours.
They
When they come
lowball
out to
yours. Yeah.
appraise yours, they lowball it.
And you can't be $5 and $10 is not going to make up for that. Okay. The
And
thing
then
is, go ahead. I'm Dr. Rose.
and make us blame ourselves.
Yeah.
Y'all the fault. Y'all should pick up by your bootstring.
Without boots,
Dr.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without
But
boots.
Dr. Rosie, it's
I,
let me just say this also. This is Keith again. Boy, I may not get invited back, but here's the thing. You look at, when we say stay away from the polls, unless there's a reparation mandate, I think that does more damage. Let me just tell you why. I respect what you're saying about reparations, but I want to add this example. You remember just last year, I think it was last year, you remember what happened when was it the city council of L.A.? Remember that little fiasco when they were discovered to be racist. They called them racist because of some kind of derogatory stuff they said about blacks or some black kid. So we found that, that was discovered and revealed. And then all of a sudden it went away. And, people like Kevin De Leon.
It hasn't gone away. It hasn't gone away.
Okay. Well, Kevin De Leon is still there. Kevin De Leon is still in his seat. So the point I want to make is, I'm not demonizing him. I'm just saying the whole point I want to make is that we get what we vote for or don't vote for. You see, it's important that blacks vote. It's important that we all stay on the line and
you agree
understand
with that?
Why?
voting for.
Tell me why.
Well,
Why?
Why? Because of what I just said. Those people get into office because we vote for them into office, or maybe we don't vote at all and they get into office. So this is simple as that.
Or there's
You
not
got
enough
to make-
of you.
Right.
Yep.
Well, I said that earlier. We're only 12%. They say 12% of the population.
Yeah, and we're on
But
4%.
people voting-
4% California.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So, but the point, we still vote on principle is what I vote on. I don't vote on. I don't vote on. Party
So
or any
what
of those.
principle? What principle do you vote on?
Yeah, what's your
I
principle?
vote on the principle. My principle is the Declaration principle, the declaration that all men are created equal, that
But are
God
they?
is.
No. Let him finish. Let him finish, Dr. Rose.
That's
Let me finish.
foolishness.
I know. Let him finish,
Let-
though, Ross, Doctor. Let him finish.
Is
Want
it
to hear it.
foolish to think that all men are created equal? Is it foolish
It is.
to believe that? Is
Yeah.
it foolish to believe that God, the Creator, has given us a mandate that we should elect officials that are godly or God?
And
All
in
of humanity is
in
black.
300
Is that
All of
foolish?
humanity,
in
all
300
of
Yes, it is.
humanity
in
is
300
black.
That's why
years
we're.
in 300 years
But if that's
well,
foolish,
Hold on.
let me just finish this. Let me
okay,
just
go ahead.
finish.
Okay.
If that is a foolish notion, if you believe that's foolish, then that's why we are defeated. Simple as
Okay.
that. That's why we are in the condition we're in.
If
Okay.
God
Creator
created,
made one
You
people.
okay? You have to wrap it up. You can't pontificate.
I wrapped
You have
it
to
up.
wrap
That's it.
Okay.
I
Go ahead,
just
Dr.
said
Rose.
it.
Creator made
Ho-
one
ho- ho-
people, and that one people is all black.
The thing is,
Creator only made one people.
so
We brought black folks. We brought white folks into existence.
yeah, but the thing
Everybody
is,
keeps talking about we the first people on earth, and we never talk about how
we do.
we brought them in here.
We do.
We
We
never
do.
talk about that.
No,
We do.
God made all people. Black,
Okay.
white, brown, red.
Let me ask you this, right? It doesn't matter if He treated you all equals. The thing is, are you treated all equally? Okay. That's what America's about. Okay.
Yeah,
Are you
it's how
treated
you
If you
Well,
already?
treat
don't
them.
know your beginning, then you don't know where
They
you're
know
going.
your
my
beginnings. The thing.
beginning,
Hold
Let me
on,
let
my
hold
me
on,
let,
They
beginning,
hold
don't
on.
know.
sir.
Hold.
They don't.
All right,
They
okay.
come on,
don't
come
know
on,
I
you
their.
guys.
They don't
Hey,
know.
hey,
okay.
hey,
They
hey,
don't.
hey, 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 hey,
I
hey, hey.
need you guys
Listen,
to wait. We
hold.
have to be in order. Everybody can't talk at once.
We
When
let you
we
get it out.
yes, when we talk about being created equal, you know, that could be a whole different topic. But I want to tell you one thing to Keith, the other Keith.
Mm.
If we are not careful, the God that we say we serve, the next generation will not want that God. Because when they look at everybody who come in here long after and all this, when they look at everybody coming up and doing well, they have to look at us as stepchildren to God. Okay? And that's the problem with a lot of our people. They indulge themselves in religiosity and excuse themselves from doing what they need to be doing. Well, maybe that's the way God would have it. No, you are responsible to stand up and be counted. And that's what we're not doing. We still following old fogism. Well, what is I gotta vote. No, I don't have to vote. If you don't have nothing for me, I don't have anything for you. And it's time for us to let these people know you're not doing anything for us. And it's time that you do. If my leg is broke, Keith, and yours is not, why should they bring you a crutch? Well, we got to treat everybody equal. Your leg is not broke. You need to get a crutch to the person who limping, who can't walk, and that's black folks. So when you gonna put us in our
Well,
perspective
first,
places?
well, let me also respond by
Make it
this,
short.
Doctor.
Make it short. But
Okay,
did you understand what
okay.
I said? Did you
Yes,
get it,
ma'am.
Keith? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I
Okay.
understand. I've been hearing that for a long time, so I do understand. I've been hearing it for a long time because people with my view don't really speak much, but I'm here to speak,
Oh,
and
they do speak a
I
lot.
thank you for the opportunity. I thank you for the opportunity. You know, people that view things the way I do. But here, the thing is,
Can
when they talk
anyone
about
else
picking,
get in the conversation?
Oh, Keith, hold
huh?
for a second, because we're about to close
Okay.
to running out of town.
Okay.
Okay, we
Okay.
Okay.
asked if there's another person on the line. We said open your mic and speak. So go ahead now, because we want you in the conversation. Thank you for calling. Give us your name and where you're calling from.
Rosalind Butler, Los Angeles. I'm listening to both sides of the conversation. Reparations is something that we've got to have.
Hmm.
This vote that we've been giving to people that don't care about us has been going on forever. I appreciate the man's conversation that he just mentioned about he's voting for the godly person. But we work with a lot of people that come with that conversation and they're not godly.
Hmm.
So how do you vet these godly people that you're speaking of? I believe that we need to perhaps vote for some initiatives that are going to affect our community. But if that whole big picture of the people that are trying to get in is not in our corner and not voting for reparations, I have to go with Dr. Rosie. I think
Well,
we should not vote for. Go ahead.
let me answer it this way: you'll know them by their fruits. In other words, you'll know by their actions. You'll know by their lifestyle. You'll know them by what they say. And if all of that corresponds, all works together, then you know that this person is a person I could vote for. And I think it's important that we vet people. We don't get a chance to vet them because, especially in this election cycle, you'll notice that not too many people are coming out and debating and talking to us. How many people, if I can put it this way, how many people, we're Democrat, I'm not a Democrat, but we have the Democrats that run Los Angeles. Let's just keep it simple. They run Los Angeles for years. This is a Democratic state, Los Angeles and California. So how many times have they come out, the representatives have come out and told you what they, where they stand? How many times? You don't
But
see them around.
Keith, why do we keep voting for them? Why do we keep voting for them? Why
Well, we
do we
keep
keep
voting
voting for them?
I'll tell you why. This is why we keep voting for them. Because we're constantly told that if you have an R by your name or in front of your name, Republican, you are evil. You are MAGA. You support Trump. You do this and you hate you're against us. You're going to put us back in chains. You don't want to give us reparations.
You're already in chains. You're already in chains.
Let me just say this on reparations. Let me say this about reparations so you know where I stand. I believe in reparations, but I believe in justice as far as reparations go. Here's why I say that. Because we have had 4 years. I'm just counting 4 years, but a lot more years. And yet Democrats have run this state, and yet nothing has been talked about or debated about reparations. There's no debate on the table. There's no talk about it.
In California, yes, there is. In California, there is.
I beg to differ, sir. I beg
one
to
at a
differ.
time.
Sorry.
Hold on.
Oh, one at a time. One at a time.
Let's go to the new person who just came on. Go
Is
ahead.
that me?
Yeah. What's your name so we can call you?
Rosalind Butler.
Rosalind.
The lady that commented on the gentleman on
Go ahead, Rosalind. Go ahead, Rosalind.
The godly, vetting the godly.
Rosalind, go ahead.
Technically speaking, there have been several reparations committees. I know people personally that are on it that are debating this, and they had come up with a solution, but who they wanted to get the money first, and that was people 70 and above. It was voted down by Newsom. That's not true. People have been fighting on the forefront for this. A couple organizations. What's the woman's name?
Mr. People, there's a lot of people. Hold
on.
Why would Newsom vote it down?
Keith,
you got to hold it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Butler.
We have to stand behind the people who are on the forefront of fighting for this and back them. It's time for us to get behind them. What's the well-known lady's name that has that organization? Descendants of Slaves or something like that. Her name's on the tip of my tongue. She's been running this organization for years, trying to get people. Carnell.
Molly Bell?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Molly Bell.
Carnell.
So,
go ahead.
Sir, I beg to differ with you that nobody's been out here on the forefront fighting for this.
Well, why would Newsom vote it down? Can you answer that? Newsom's a Democrat.
Well, it's clear.
He's actually agreed with others. That's just one he voted down, but he's agreed with others. It's not. They've had like 3 or 4 in California reparations initiatives. So,
but let's
he
not
didn't agree with that one.
That's right. But let's not sidetrack. The bottom line is we need to get the message out. If reparation is not on the table for anybody, I don't care what color you are. If you're running for political office, if reparation is not on the table for you, we don't need to vote for you because that's the only thing going to pull us out of this economic ditch. When I'm talking about black folks only having 45% home ownership in the few businesses that we have, and still with all the racism and that's going on, how can we come up? So be very clear. I don't care whatever else you get. It's going to be for everybody. Where they fix it, where the interest rates are low, that's for everybody. Then maybe you need to lower them a little lower for black folks. We're at a disadvantage. When you're going to do something for us, just like you do for the handicapped, I consider black America almost, you can put them in the handicap category. We're so far behind economically. Set up in schools that have miseducating our kids. They don't have computers. The other school has a computer for them to take home and one at school. Books for them to take home and a book set for them to leave in school.
And who runs the school?
We know who runs the school. That's why we're saying why do our political leaders need to look out and see what's happening and fight for us. If not, only thing we got
need to look out for ourselves.
We don't though. What we need to do and what we actually do is 2 different things. Okay. Dr. Rosie's been saying that for 35 years. She's been in the schools. She's monitored schools. I remember years ago, me, Keedy, and Dr. Rosie used to visit schools. Okay. We brought in Dr. Umar to tell us how to actually help our children in these schools, but nobody listens. Okay.
Yeah,
we have to start listening.
We don't even look at the curriculum. We set up a letter school.
Yeah.
Think about this, you guys. Think about this, Miss Butler. You sent a child to school 12 years. You done bought him clothes. You done gave him lunch money. 12 long years. Okay? And 2 years after you send him to junior college, you think he's supposed to know how to do something. 2 years. 12 years, can't balance the checkbook, can't fry an egg, can't
Hmm.
sew a button on or put a zip on, can't change the oil in your car, can't change a leaking washer, can't do a damn
Some of
thing,
these
okay?
kids in junior college can't even read.
I know.
Absolutely.
And guess how much per year per student that you spend on these children to send them through K through 12?
Hmm.
Take a wild guess.
10,000.
$20,000 per
Gone up
year
that.
per student. Okay, nobody brings that up. And when I brought that up, I brought this stuff up like 15 years ago. Nobody listens because nobody cares. What do they do with the money? Do you actually go to the city council, go to the school board, and demand accounting of where this money goes?
Well,
You're right,
elections
Keith.
have consequences, Keith. Elections have consequences.
You don't need elections for this. You
Well,
don't
you
need
do.
elections for that. No, you don't.
They run
You don't need.
them.
No, you don't.
Keith,
Yes,
Keith,
sir.
let
Yes,
me
ma'am.
ask you this.
Go ahead.
How is it that the other schools, where other kids go, have computers and two
Yes,
sets of books?
and two sets of
Because
books.
we are
Because they
sitting on
elect,
our Humpty Dumpty, allowing this stuff to happen, okay?
they elect people who care. They
It, it,
elect
it, it,
people
It
it,
ain't
who are.
about
it's
no
not. It's not
election.
about elections. It's about you going up to the school board and demanding your rights because you're citizens. You pay for
Oh, the
this.
school board.
You
Oh,
know,
the
And
school board.
the school board will respond to. But the thing is, if
yeah,
you let them do what they want to do without putting pressure on them, nothing will happen.
Mm-hmm.
You can elect them all day.
That's
Guess what?
true.
You can elect one. You can elect one person, a firebrand. We've seen it. Look at AOC, Alexander Cortez, right? Okay,
uh-huh.
she was a firebrand when she came up there. I used to like her, right? Because she had a big mouth and she would use it. Guess what happened after a couple years? You don't hear from her, right? Because she gets absorbed into the process. One person is not going to do it. If you don't back that person and put some kind of pressure behind her to where these people have to pay attention to, she's useless. She's useless without you.
The
Okay?
only
That's
pressure they
why I
understand
say,
is
Keith, hold
No,
tight.
no, it's not about votes. You guys keep focusing
It's
on the
not
wrong
about
thing.
vote. If you put folks in and you go home and sit down on your butt
Yeah.
and don't check them and don't write them a letter, most people don't even know who their representative are. So things have to change radical. We see what's happening. You're gonna sit up in that. I was at a board meeting, you guys. Listen, and they all got up and talked about the black kids lag so far behind in technology. And when I stood up, I asked the question. I said, I've heard all of you speak. I've heard all your statistics and your findings that black kids lag far behind in technology. But I have not heard one of you say what plan is put in place to correct these deficiencies. Did you guys hear what I said? Anybody can identify the problem. What you gonna do to help those black kids? Neither one of them brought it to the table. But folks, I'm saying this: we gotta get radical. The word got to get out that we're gonna take a knee. If we block vote, do you realize they would be scrambling saying, well, what can we offer them so they can swing their votes to us? Y'all don't understand. I don't understand why people they hear the wrong thing. All they hear, Dr. Milligan said, "Don't vote." Our forefathers died to vote. They didn't die to vote. Folks killed their black ass because they voted. Oh, excuse me.
Well, one of them already told us what he's going to do, and he's going to be a dictator, and he's already said it. And once he becomes a dictator, that court that's up there, the 9 justices up there, they ain't going to be of no use anymore, because if he's going to become a
Hold on.
hmm?
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Yeah,
Keep
I want
going.
to say
No. Hold on, Keith. Hold on now. Okay. Let her finish.
Yeah. Mhm.
those 9 justices that if they don't do the right thing, they're not going to have a job, because he will have no need for them. He already told us that he's going to be a dictator, and how he's going and what he's going to do. When somebody tells me something of what they're going to do, I believe them.
Well, I
And
know
Let me.
what.
Let me.
I was
Is
rather
Well,
is
as
there?
far as being
No,
a
hold on.
dictator, we need to dictate
Hold on.
to
Okay.
people we elect.
You
Who's
guys,
what they
one at
should
a
be
hold on.
time.
doing for us.
All right. We are
Let's
we
let
That's the
Paul
dictation
speak.
that needs to be done.
we had 10 we had 1 minute
That
mark.
too. That
We
too.
will
That
hold on,
too.
you guys.
You
We will
absolutely.
extend if you
Yes.
guys will actually behave yourself. We actually extend this, right? But you have to
Yeah.
take your turns. Who's the new person? Try it again.
Let's
What's
let
your name? Where you
Paul.
calling?
Paul has been on the line all
Yeah,
the
this
time. Let Paul speak.
Okay.
okay. Now, yeah, okay. As far as being a dictator, we need to dictate to our politicians what they need to be doing for us. Otherwise, they don't need to be there. All right.
Amen.
If I decide to vote, I'm probably going to vote for Cornel West. Somebody need to get on his case. Say, okay, if you get in there, what are you going to do for us? Forget about everybody else. What are you going to do for black people? Okay.
That's the thing.
Or if you
People
look at,
let me
are
just say,
afraid.
let me also say this: that I want to correct something. The person who said that he would be a dictator, that's not the whole exactly correct. He said that he will be a dictator the first day, and what he was referring to, and you need to understand. I know you understand the English language. You know how we talk, and he said, "I'll be a dictator the first day because the first day I'm going to close that border." And then that is what he was saying, he's going to dictate. He's going to dictate that border, he's going to order it with executive authority, which is what he has by the Constitution. You need to read the Constitution, folks, because it applies to you. Don't let anybody tell you that it doesn't apply to you as a black person.
Yeah.
I'm as black as you. And see, there he goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, you need to understand
I do
your
understand the
authority.
Constitution. No.
Hold on,
I-
I'm almost done. I'm almost done. You got to understand your authority. Your authority comes from God, and
No,
God
yeah.
has established this Constitution
Okay.
for you.
Keith,
Yeah,
But
no,
you
let
don't
me
understand that. That's why you are different.
hold down.
Go back and study the social
No, you
contract.
won't understand.
I do
Keith,
understand it. Go ahead.
let me ask Keith a question.
Mhm.
Keith,
Yes.
what God are you talking about?
I'm talking about Jesus Christ, our God, our Lord and Savior.
Everybody
of the
don't believe
Constitution.
in that, okay? Everybody don't have
And
him
that's
as
okay.
their
That's
Savior.
all right.
So when you
There's no
You may not
such thing as
believe
no
that,
when
Jesus.
you were
but guess what? That is a part of you,
when
and
you were
that's a part of your
enslaved
freedom.
what when you were enslaved, how did it help you?
Right. How did Jesus help you when you on the ground and
When
under
you
bridges?
when you were
How is
enslaved,
Jesus helping you
not
when your
you.
kids can't read and behind in technology? How is that Jesus helping you when you can't buy a house, when you're discriminated against, when somebody burn your whole city down? Where's your God, Keith?
Our God gives us the strength to go elsewhere and to achieve. Even with that, we still
Keith,
achieve, and we
Keith,
still have
you
achieved.
Jesus,
Do any of you
Jesus
own a
was
house?
given to us at the beginning of slavery. That's when we got
Do
Jesus.
any of you own a house?
I own
Does Dr.
houses.
Rosie, you own a house?
I own houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, praise God.
Yeah.
So
I
let's
love
do
it.
this. Let's go back. Let's
Yeah.
not lose focus. That's what we do a lot of times when we come together to fry
That's
chicken.
all right.
We start making gumbo. Let's hold to this point. I want people to leave here understanding, saying to your children and people you know, if the reparation is not on the table, I don't give a damn who's running. I don't care what color they are, green, purple, or white. We're not voting for them. Folks, if we don't get reparation, we cannot come out of this ditch. We too far behind. And we're not just talking about dollars. Cancel all the school loan, all back child support, cancel all mortgages. Allow our people to start out talking about a level playing field. How you level when you don't own anything? You're in the basement. Let us start out on the first floor and see how this race is going to go. Don't be so afraid. People, they just get unglued when I say don't vote. Oh, no, we can't, we got to vote. You don't have to do nothing. You ain't getting nothing for your vote. What you voting for? But you know
So,
what?
Dr.
Most
Rose,
people don't realize that they don't.
so Dr. Rosie, if we do all of that you said, I mean, suppose they do that. Okay, they do that because neither Democrats nor Republicans seem to be on that road. But if they did that, then if we didn't change our behavior and the way we govern ourselves, you know, the way we handle our finances, which is what I know you help us to do. I mean, you help the community in that area. So I'm proud of that. Thank God for that. But you see, what if we don't change those habits? Then what happens after we get all this money?
People change when they get money. A lot of things people doing now they wouldn't do. Okay, if they could see their way clear. Trust me, money will make a difference. When I go through our community, Keith, and I look at all these different business, laundromats and market that's owned by Hispanics and other people, their kids must be really reflecting, feeling good because they see we own something. What do our kids see? Come on, you guys. Do you guys understand that? The pride. I remember we had pride right there in Watts, man.
Let me
Black
ask
folks
Keith.
own the stores, they own everything.
Let me ask you this, Keith. You know what the largest what the largest sovereign wealth fund on the planet is? You know what that is and how much it is?
No, sir.
It's a Nordic country. It's 1.4 trillion dollars, right? Okay. Wow. That's the largest sovereign wealth fund on the planet, right? If reparations could be estimated $10 trillion, guess who have the largest sovereign wealth fund on the planet? If we did that,
who?
Black people.
Wow.
Yeah,
and we're only 12%. 12% of the population.
So you were saying you're saying how it's not going to help us? I don't understand.
Well, the country itself is in over $13 trillion of debt.
I don't care about that. Don't care about that.
I mean,
no,
I'm sorry. 30.
Hold on. And we spent 1.5 trillion on defense. Okay.
Yeah.
And how much did we spend on? And how much do we spend on? What's
it doesn't matter.
Over there?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Ukraine.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
So why doesn't it matter?
It doesn't matter because you're thinking about them instead of us.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking about money.
No, you about them. It's called a credit card. Does it matter that the United States still functions with the credit card?
And they're in bad shape. Hold up, Keith. Other Keith. This country is in bad shape because of bad decision that they are making. Black folks is in the ditch not because of their own decision they are making. They didn't raise the interest rates. They didn't do all these things that the system have put up on. They didn't discriminate against themselves. They didn't call the last to high and the first to five. They didn't call all this inappropriate jail and people and putting them in jail. We didn't cause that. But this United States, our leadership, they caused the debt that we in. We didn't do that. So bottom line, damn it, don't vote for anybody who don't have reparation falling off their lips.
I agree.
Can I say something in here right quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Let Paul say something.
And we got about 5 more minutes.
We haven't done nothing for ourselves either.
I really don't like for you to say that because a lot of people have. A lot of people.
You're not in chains, okay? You don't have people burning crosses. Hold on, okay? You don't have people spitting at you. You don't have to go to the back and drink a cup of water. You can get loans, okay? That had to be fought for, okay? Black people had to burn down cities to get this. They didn't just give it to you, okay? We had to do that. They weren't going to give it to you. They didn't. You had soldiers die in World War II and went in front of Eisenhower in Congress. Damn it, we fought for this country and died and bled for this country. We need a voice just like everybody else. People have done this for you. Otherwise, you wouldn't have it. They don't give us this stuff off the bat. We have done stuff for ourselves. Okay? Stop believing in that.
Yeah.
Sounds like our voice is being drowned out by all of the other
No, they're not.
We got LGBTQ. We got all these other entities. Factions that have taken away our civil rights.
No, they're not. They're not taking away your civil rights. The thing is, you guys won't get out. Hold on, Keith. Can I speak? Okay, you're wrong because you guys don't study this stuff. I do, but Dr. Rosie does. You guys won't get off. No, you don't, because otherwise your timeline and your Facebook will be full of it. Your TikToks will be full of it. Your whatchamacallit will be full of it. The thing is, when I talk about sovereign wealth fund, you didn't know about that. But the thing is, that means you don't study enough. Okay, I do.
Well, the sovereign wealth belongs to the people. It's the people of the United States. It's a person that is designated to. Okay, that's sovereign wealth.
No,
Hold
you're not.
tight. Hold
No,
tight.
go back and look at it, Keith.
Okay, Keith, I want everybody to hold tight. Let me make an announcement, you guys. We have Black Writers on Tour coming up. Black Writers on Tour, Business Plus Tech Expo. And we want you all to get ready. Go to blackwritersontour.com to learn all about it. There will be 50 or so black-owned businesses on that floor. And it's time for us to come out and know where they are and spend our money, put our money in the hand of black man, black woman. So come out and also meet all of these authors, all these great books that they have, and then learn more about technology. And also I want you to go to mytechacademy.net and check out our classes. You can learn all about AI, how you can use it for your personal and business use. That class is free. How to market essentials for your business, that's free. We have to enhance these businesses so they can be strong, because we cannot afford to have black business to fail, you guys, because that, we used to say, well, I'm going back to corporate America. It ain't no place for black folks to go back to but to your own business. Build them up, make them strong,
right.
and do what you need to do. Fight everybody that's not in for you. Vote. When you find out about something good, get on social media and tell everybody, because these small black businesses can't afford all this $250 for a 60-second commercial. So how do we get the news out? People like us, you guys, go to blackwritersontour.com and go to mytechacademy.com.
I'm signing up today.
You got organization that can't hold an event unless white folks sponsor. The NAAC would be obsolete, be out of business. The Urban League would be out of business. That's why they can't fight for you, because they're getting white folks' money. So we got to put our money where our mouth is, so we can have people that's free to speak. You know how I can speak the way I speak? Because I ain't on nobody's job. You can't tell me go home. I ain't going to fire myself. We need to help people just like me. You guys need to make sure that I'm free, because I can say what you can't say because you're on the job. So if I don't have a product or service you need, you ought to just stop by my office and drop some money in the hat. Somebody ought to say amen.
Amen.
Okay.
Amen. Let me say this before we finish, okay? Can I get in here real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, all right, what was the most important speech that he ever said? Okay, most people would say, I have a dream. No, that wasn't it. It's, we're coming to get our check. Go check that one out.
Absolutely.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, because he had totally turned from social issues. He recognized before he got out of here, economic is the key. Yes, he did. That's why he was in Memphis fighting for those garbage workers. He realized we need some money. This is a capitalist society, and this social justice and us having old-time religion, all that stuff ain't going to move us to the next level. Folks,
unless we come into becoming in the communalism. Communalism is what we need to be all about. That's what we need to be.
Folks, look like we're going to have to do a part 2 to this show. Shit, I ain't through.
You ain't through, huh? You just getting warmed up.
Huh? I haven't got started.
The thing is, communalism is fine, but the thing is, you got 8 billion customers on the planet. You got to start looking and stop being so insular, okay? The world is much bigger than this. Go ahead.
That's right, Keith. So bottom line, everybody
maybe listening, I should get a passport.
I want you all to get on social media. I want you to get on any airway that you have and repeat this. Black America will take a knee in this 2024 election unless reparation is on the table. You ain't going to starve my kids and grandkids out with your evil, wicked ways. You're not going to give people who they didn't toil the soil. Hell, my folks did. They're the one picked the cotton. They did the labor. They're the one gave you the wealth in this country. You are not going to, as the young folks say, you ain't going to diss me. And that's what black folks need to say. Nothing else matters right now except give us our money. And I don't want any more black folks running around talking, well, they give it to us. We don't know what to do with it. Look, if you owe me some money, you don't have a damn thing to do with what I do with it. You pay me my money.
Yeah.
Stop talking silliness. It makes no sense. They don't know what to do with it. You don't know what to do with it now. So if you don't change, okay, then we build some business that you can come and buy something from us. You can make our business get larger. It's a shame for us to set up in a big city like Los Angeles that don't even have a supermarket. Somebody needs to close your phone. Somebody on hold, please close your phone.
Yeah, we got a minute. Well, the show will repeat at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time, and we definitely will have to do a part 2.
Yeah, I don't know how black folk can be satisfied right now. Really, they ought to be so up in arms. How can you be happy with this situation? People arguing about giving you money. Tell them what?
Tell them about your latest book again.
Yeah, you want to get my book, Dr. Rosie Having Her Say. Dr. Rosie Having Her Say, and you want to get Black America Faces Economic Crisis solutions to it. We're going to have to do a part 2. And go to YouTube, Dr. Rosie YouTube, and you can hear all of our archive shows. You hear Dr. Claude Anderson, all the different people we've interviewed on this show. So, folks,
and leave a comment under this one, because Dr. Rosie does read her YouTube comments. That's the best way to actually get your voice in on these topics. Okay?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Okay, you guys, send other people. Tell them to go to drrosie.com and click on the archive shows. You guys have a great day as you're on your way. And remember, damn it, we ain't voting for nobody.